If you ever hear a clap, so you know the recording started.
Or a disco's about to break out.
Yeah, either or. You know, the only two options.
Um,
Welcome to part 6, everyone.
Part 6.
Hope part 5 went well. We have not checked the recordings.
Now, we're never checking the recordings. We're releasing it raw, unfiltered.
I'm releasing this shit dry. Did Hannibal Buress become a dickhead? He became a slumlord, didn't he? Wasn't that his thing?
Yeah, that was his thing.
Is it still a thing?
Yeah, he a little problem. He got problematic opinions. It is what it is. He's rich.
Is he? Yeah. Is he one of those like he got money and then immediately did the well? I have money now. How do I protect this money?
Yeah, he's acting in his class consciousness, and I am not engaging.
That sucks. I hate when comedians specifically just like lose their shit and go.
Nah,
like,
the worst.
And are like, gotta protect the money now.
The worst was I was listening to like a punk artist, and then they became a landlord. And I'm like, that's the least punk thing you can do.
Yeah, haha.
And then complaining, and then went on Twitter to complain about tenant issues, and I'm like, fuck you.
I wish every landlord a very happy. I was gonna say something that I can't say.
I was about to say something dumb, and I was like, oh wait, if they ever find this video in Discovery, I'm fucked. But
I wish every landlord a very merry. I hope you're miserable. Just leave it at that.
damn, imagine looking at yourself in the morning, you looking at and you saying I'm a lord of the land.
Imagine waking up to your job of not paying attention to your tenants until they do something wrong. Waking up to your job of policing your your tenants and telling them what they can and can't do on land that you don't own but are using the tenants to pay for. That's the
like,
craziest thing. It here's an easy law: shouldn't be allowed to rent out an apartment unless you own it. And the full thing, you can't be paying off the mortgage. Like, it's just that simple.
I mean, I'm with it, but that I see the issues and the flaws. But also, I'm like, we need to just end it. It should be illegal. You should have one house, maybe two.
Oh, we talked about this already.
Yeah, and if you got two houses, can't be in the same city.
I do think limiting things to two would be fine. I think because like there is the aspiration of like, what if one day I own a beach house and like that. All right, fine, whatever.
You're just gonna get a review, and then businesses, no more chains. We need less chains anyway. I need New York regional gaming distributor.
Oof, it's crazy. It's crazy how there isn't more gaming stores. Like
How it's just GameStop and then the indies, and the indies are like
it's $1 billion like industry, and
but I mean, like,
we have
internet,
one
man.
distributor, and it's GameStop. Like, what the fuck? How did this happen?
Nah, you got Best Buy, you got Target, you got Walmart.
So they also sell video games, but they aren't dedicated solely to video games.
True, but like
That's where I come from. I guess there are gaming sites though that
Yeah.
kind of take care of it.
as well as again, video games.
Like my big thing is like we can't pretend that video games are like some like kids fad. Like we have enough data to prove that's not.
Nah,
true.
I think it's blowing over any year now. Any year now.
Yeah.
Come on.
We're all the craziness is almost over.
Yeah.
Wow, that hurt. That hurt deeply.
It's weirder to me to like when people like I was talking to one of Juliana's friends. Most of Juliana's friends don't game, which is always interesting to me. Like the handful that do, I'm like, we can get into some good talks. But like most of them, like no interest. And then one yesterday was like, oh, I play. He was telling me about watching that show that was a Sony game first.
Well, it's such a weird take. Such a weird take.
And then he was just like, oh, I played it back in like 7 years ago. He was like, I thought it was really cool. Didn't play the second one. Just haven't played any games, and was thinking about getting back into it just to stay home. And I was like, if you were gonna do that, I was like, just get a PS5 or something, and then just or Xbox, and then subscribe to Game Pass or PS Plus. And I was like, and you'll have enough games to at least get like wet your whistle and figure out what you like without having to really get into it. And also get the disc version, so now you have a really good Blu-ray player if you don't actually want a game on that shit anymore. But yeah, it's just like it's weird. Like gaming is is a tough hobby to get into in and of itself,
I could see
and then
that. Like, if
it's
you just
just
like never
GameStop.
played, if you just never played video games before, like how would you even start, right? Like, I would honestly recommend a Switch.
Yeah, well, in my mind, the thing is, for Switch, it's got games where you learn how to play or what you should expect with games. Like in my mind, I'm like the 3D platformer is a perfect kids thing because it slowly gets you comfortable with being in motion and understanding what it is to operate in a 3D or 2D
Fuck.
space. Where like you try if your first game is FIFA or like really any sports game, I'm like there's just too much here going on. And then like a first person shooter also does not feel like a great way of like learning how
I
to
don't know.
figure out
I feel like you're kind of assuming a lot. I'm sure there are tons of people who like,
Fortnite
when
was
they were
their
kids
first
they
game.
started and stuff like that. So I think
Yeah.
I think you can probably start with whatever clicked with you is really what it comes down to.
But also like getting well now that we got mobile games like phones with RAM that you can actually play games on.
Kinda, but not really. The problem with mobile games, and I'm gonna tiptoe around this because it's my bread and butter. But the problem with mobile games is that they're typically all almost like I would genuinely say 99% built to be live service.
Hmm.
And I think if you started with a live service game, I think you would fall into the classic traps of like, getting looped into it and be like, oh, I play this so many hours a day and blah, blah, blah. But you
Sure.
wouldn't really like, when you eventually break free, and you will, either the game shuts down or someone has an intervention with you or something like that. But you'll eventually just kind of be like, huh, yeah, I don't really play games anymore. And that'll just be your only experience with gaming.
True.
If it, like, and it's tough because you can't be like, yeah, just download like a GBA emulator for your phone and just like play whatever Game Boy Advance game you want. Because like if someone's brand new to gaming, it's not gonna matter to them.
True.
But like that doesn't
It's
work.
also those people also remind me of people who only play sports games. Of like I remember talking to someone that I used to work with, and he was just like, "Yeah, I just play
Somebody that I used to.
Madden, NHL," and he's like, "That's all I play." And I was just like, "You don't do any story games?" He's like, "No," and I'm
So
like,
that's so weird to me because like you're so close. Like you've got the controls down, you figured it out, like you know the basic movements. Why not, treat yourself?
it's really people who don't like story games are really intriguing to me because I'm always just like, nothing gets strikes your fancy here. You're just like, this is boring.
So this is, I feel like, and this is gonna be a little bit more harsh than what I think you were saying. I find those people incredibly boring. Like as people, I'm like, you can't like even like if you're not interested in this stuff. By the way, you don't have to be interested in games. That's fine. But like to like kind of like play a little bit of gaming, but not really. Just play like the basic like super broad like advertised games. I'm like, my God, like there's so much more to this world,
It's just
and
it's
you're
very
like completely uninterested.
I mean, people just like multiplayer games to the point where they treat it, or at least my idea. Josie, can you?
You gotta kick your dog.
How dare you?
Just want to see how you'd react.
It's yeah, it is really odd though, because I understand the idea of just playing the simulation games. Like, there's motherfuckers who just be playing Sim City.
Yeah,
But then
but I almost understand that more because it's like those are so in depth.
well, most sports games have that simulation ability, but it's weird to
But
me
also they
the
cost
people
money
who
to
don't,
buy.
yeah, who don't even do that. I'm gonna beat this dog.
That's,
Oh
what,
my God.
that's what I'm telling you. Just beat your dog.
No, I love my child. I've
Audience,
never harmed her.
for legal reasons, that's a joke.
No. Oh my God. One second. I think I might have to put it on my lap. Oh no, it's just my neighbor came home and bubbling with their keys.
Can you tell your neighbor to get their shit together?
Yeah. Sometimes I want to be like, girl, how are you know my dog barks this entire time? Why aren't your keys ready to go? What are you doing? Are you bringing friends? Check with me next time.
Yeah. Did you report this? Did you? Did you? Did you
The
fill?
landlord?
Did you fill out the sign-up sheet? Like, you know what's weird about this game that I feel like is something it could incorporate but chose not to. But I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think it's weird. there's no like level system. There's no XP.
No, I think that's for the best.
No, I do think it's for the best, but it's just weird that they didn't even try. I wonder if they didn't and then they played. Or no, I guess no Zeldas have levels, right?
No, but if you did enforce a level design, or at least like leveling, then that would create a path of the intention of where the...
Yeah, and also, I guess that basically, you run into the Assassin's Creed problem.
Yeah. But also, the weapons do level.
True.
And the enemies do kind of get tougher because some of them will have like armor and shit, if I remember.
I also like, and I'm not normally a fan of this kind of design. I think some people can do it much better than others. I like that the enemies are color coded. Mm-hmm. Like you can tell by like what color they are, what their difficulty is, and that is just basically a palette swap. Like you know it's just easier to like texture. It's the same like wireframe. You're just putting different textures on it. But I still think it's cool. I purposely came over here to expand my inventory.
That reminds me of like there's a cool moment in Wind Waker where you go down. Where you have to fight like 40 enemies in a room, and really, as long as you like take it slow, the fight never gets crazy. As well as the GameCube ain't allowing you to do all that.
Oh, actually, this may surprise you. I watched an entire playthrough, or most of a playthrough, of Wind Waker randomized. Where they randomize all the items and stuff. So like, you know, key items will be in different spots and stuff like that, or like items that you may need may not like spawn where you, or like something that used to be like rupees could now be like an actual like key item. Some cool shit. If I was into that game, then I would definitely have tried it myself, but I'm not, so I didn't. But I did get to see some of the game, which I had not previously, and I think I did see that room you're talking about. With like, I saw a couple of those like battle rooms where like there's just a bunch of things you have to do.
So also, it comes at a real cool narrative point in the game. But yeah, that's it. Games are cool, man. Not all of them are cool. Bad.
I wish people would play them more. You know what about today?
I do like...
It's on sale, and if you weren't broke, you should also buy.
What?
Monster Hunter Rise. It's the one that was on Switch first, but it came to PS4, PS5, and PC. I think it came out. I think it launched on PC.
I really couldn't get into that Monster Hunter game that we played together.
So that's the problem, is that I think that one was a little bit more open, and also its UI was kind of trash. I think this one's supposed to be better for that. And it's also, I think this one's more guided. But also,
always
only $25.
True, but hey, man, I could have honestly. I might just order a fucking pizza, and she can just be mad at me and my black ass. You're a problem child, man. You really out here causing problems.
Yeah.
But let me ask her.
Are you gonna have to ask her if you can order a pizza?
Yes.
How old are you again?
I don't give a fuck, man. She's the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
I just asked. How old are you?
All right. I asked Juliana.
Carl, it's a really easy question.
I'm 30 years old.
It sounded like you said 3, but I know you said 30, but it sounded like you said 3.
But she got more sense than me.
True.
And also, she's a lot more rational than I am. And yeah, she also is gonna know from that text that I'm high, and she has to make a decision if she wants to deal with the high version who's kind and got her pizza as well, or she's gonna be mad.
No, she'd never be mad at you.
Nah. She'll be mad for like 5 seconds, and then she's like, whatever. Because she loves high Carlos. The thing she always says is like she likes high Carlos, but she don't like high Carlos all the time, which is understandable. I'm annoying as fuck. I'd be laughing at myself, and she gets very annoyed. And then I also eat, and that makes her eat as well. And she's like, "No, I can't be doing this."
He only expanded 2 things. Fuck! He gave me a free trial. I should have had him expand the. No, I think that I probably did that right. I had him expand the melee weapon twice, which I think is probably the best way to do that.
I mean, yeah, give more out.
But yeah, I guess we can continue from here. But yeah, I'm playing. You asked me what game I was playing earlier. I'm playing Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Ooh, is that good? I
because Resident Evil 4 comes out at the end of the month, and I am a huge fan of Resident Evil 4, but it looks like it's modeled after the 2 remake more. So, like, I need to use my knowledge of 2 and 4 to really get the best out of it.
Is that on PlayStation Plus?
It might be. It's super cheap right now. I think it's like $10 on sale. I think there's like a collection of Resident Evil games too. I keep telling you, just play 8.
I know. And now that I got a lot of time and I can be a little bitch, so then I can sleep in if I got the scaries. I probably should.
Just play during the day. Like,
yeah, my apartment gets the one nice thing about my living room is I don't get a lot of natural light in there, so I just close one door. It's pitch black in that bitch.
I don't think that's a nice thing.
Well,
I struggle to get light in my apartment. I would much rather have natural light in my apartment.
no, my bedroom gets like a shit ton of natural light, and that floods most of the apartment. I close the door of the bedroom, it gets like there's a light by my by the sink, but that's not really getting all the way to the TV most of the time, which keeps it being on the 3rd floor. It's great because it keeps it cool as much as it can in the summer. And boy, these summers now with global warming nonsense.
No,
Nick, I can't. That shit gets so fucking hot.
Well, you also like, is it you or Juliana who is air conditioning averse?
Okay, so we're both air conditioning
Which is
averse,
awful.
but it's different. But ours is different. Our stances on it are different. More her averseness comes from. She likes a pretty apartment.
We're dropping some frames here because this area's got too many moving things.
That's fine. And
Thanks.
I know it's for the viewers. They don't care. They're just like they're here for the vibe and the story of why the love of my life hates ACs. She just likes living in old buildings that don't have ACs or dishwashers, and it's just like we only need one in the window to keep the bathroom to keep the bedroom cool. Nothing else matters. And I'm like, bitch.
That's insane talk.
I love her, Nick, but her opinions on some things makes me question. Like, why are you like this? Who hurt you? Why are you saying we should live in this 97-degree baking box? The dog is getting sick. It's so hot in this bitch. Me and the dog are dying.
Could do it. I freely turn my AC on whenever I feel like it, and sometimes I turn down how cold it is, like when Amy visits, because she gets colder than I do.
When I used to live on campus, that was the shit that I missed when I had my own apartment. Was I had that shit constantly at like a 67. I'd get into my apartment and it's cold. I'm putting on sweatpants and a hoodie and I'm good.
I did when I was a younger man. When I was a young man, I in my apartment, my AC. It's the problem with my vent, is that it went into the living room and into my room. And my roommate liked to be in the living room, so he would sometimes turn it off because the dial was in the living room because he'd be freezing. And like, I get that, but also you had no right. No right.
Man. I also remember one summer in New York, I was too broke in grad school to afford an AC unit, so I was just with a fan by my bed, sweating like I was coming off of something. Oh man, that shit was horrible. Being poor in the heat, that's something that honestly needs to be spoken about.
Agreed.
As this planet gets warmer, horrible, man.
Like either extreme temperature, heat or cold. It's just like extreme temperature when you're poor is not fair. I'll say it. It shouldn't be gated to just you shouldn't like. The fact that electric companies charge so fucking much for it, dude. It's crazy.
Wild.
What was I gonna say though? I
Also oil.
Yeah, but also I'm trying to turn my heat off more at this time of the year because theoretically it's supposed to be warming up. Theoretically, because it's fucking March, we shouldn't still be in 30 degrees, but you know, here we are.
Well, in New York, it's the hottest winter on record, and it's been so warm here. It's scary.
That's weird. It's pretty cold here.
We haven't had any snow. I haven't seen snow.
We've still been getting tons of snow.
Yeah, we had one snow day here, or one snowfall.
That's weird. You're not that far from Massachusetts. Like, usually our weather is pretty in lockstep.
Most days it hasn't dropped down below 37.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's just
That Parker collects in dust. I spent a lot of good money on that Parker.
I was gonna say it feels like we've had a colder winter and we've had a warmer summer. Like it feels like everything is just like more.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not thrilled about that.
You better get some arrows, boy.
Why do you think I'm here?
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah, you just walk up and buy the thing.
Yeah, but like, why did you think I came in here?
For the vibes.
Yeah.
Damn,
I
girl,
used to,
40 rupees for this shit?
I'll come back and like do this constantly too. Like I'll like just restock them on arrows here.
I wish I could get real money as fast as I can get video game money. Like, if you imagine someone would just put $20 on their stone in the park, I'd be like in that shit chucking at cars.
I mean, you could find a dead drop for a drug deal. That's kind of the same thing.
I mean, yeah, you might also get shot because they will be
You
like,
just gotta look harder. There's no downsides. I guess I should do this part first, right? I'm gonna skip through a lot of this stuff because I honestly don't really care. I played the game. The story's fine. It's good. But you don't need to hear it again. I watched a friend of mine stream. What do you call it? Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and I watched it slowly destroy his soul. And that was fun.
because it's just burn. What do you do? Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, are you trying to glitch through the fucking room?
No, I just there's fucking mushrooms growing under. What am I gonna not pick random mushrooms I find at our houses? Come on.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Yeah, come on. Who am I?
Have you seen that episode of The Office?
No.
Oh.
I don't watch The Office. Do you? Here's a question for you.
No.
Okay, next. How do you feel?
Okay,
how do you feel about people who just like constantly have like a show, like a certain show, like their comfort show, just on 24/7? And I'm not being hyperbolic when I say 24/7. I mean they go to sleep with it on. They have it on in a corner during the day and stuff like that. Like they may turn off the TV occasionally, but like every time the TV is on, it's just playing that show again. Like The Office is a big one.
You about to get me canceled on the internet.
Why?
It's weirdo behavior. It's weird.
No,
it's
I agree.
Weird.
No, I agree with
You're
you.
what? I know, but also I'm just like, what possessed you to just be like, let me continually watch? You know what's happening every episode. Your life's not like that, dog. You need to be comfortable with. Like I will rewatch shows, right?
Yeah, sure, of course.
I watched The Office a bunch. I think this might be my 5th full rewatch. But again, over my 30 years of life, that's really not that much. As well as I watch a lot of shows in between. They're like,
but
it's just weird to me when someone's like, "Oh, I don't watch any of this shit. I just watch The Office."
Yeah, like I don't watch anything new that comes out. I just keep watching The Office. I'm like,
how
does this not like ruin the show for you?
Too many 3-camera sitcoms.
Yeah.
Like, well, motherfuckers be like, I watch The Office, Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. I watch The Office, then I watch The Big Bang Theory, then I watch Parks and Rec, and then I go back to The Office. I'm like, okay, well, you need other shows.
Yeah, like, there's a lot out there. There's a lot more texture. Also, people who don't watch it. People who don't try to sample any anime. I'm sorry. I love my woman, but, like, you're missing out on just so much cool shit. Just because you don't want to dabble in something that you're like, it's animated. And
it's people kind of treat it like, oh, it's like cartoons. I'm like, no, it's just from Japan and animated. That's it. I will give a ton of credit to first being Avatar: The Last Airbender, then shows like Invincible and like stuff like that. Showing like, no, you can have animation and geared towards adults. Like that's allowed.
I love adult animation. So dope. Shout out to also the guy who did Samurai Jack.
Yes. I have not watched Samurai Jack, but I feel like I should.
Yeah.
Did you figure it out as we were talking about it?
Yeah.
We can't talk about Samurai Jack because I work for WB.
But we can't talk about Clone Wars.
I guess we can.
He did the 2 mini movies for Clone Wars.
Oh,
that came out before episode 3.
The lost content.
Yeah,
I don't think you'd find that shit anymore.
No, it's on Disney Plus in high def.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Just movie format, so you can just watch that shit straight through.
Why did you say high def? Like that was.
Well, no,
that's
because
a big thing.
well, sometimes it's
HD's pretty standard. Like,
no, well, sometimes you'll like with Disney actually they'll have just the black bars there because it
sure.
wasn't filmed. So I was just trying to remind, like, no, it's like the proper dimensions and shit.
I just like
so
that you went out of your way to call it out, and I was like, well hold on. Like,
high definition 4K.
it's like, okay.
Nah, I think it's also because like Juliana does not know her TV high def ranges. Because I'll be like, oh, that shit's in 480p. And she's like, how do you see that? And I'm like, how do you not? Do your eyes work?
So here, there are like levels to this. I think that if you can't see the difference between 30 and 60 frames per second, that's fine. I can. I expect if you play a lot of video games, you should be able to.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you can't, whatever. I can understand not being able to tell the difference between like maybe between like 1080p and 4K. I can see it theoretically. But anything below that, you have to be able to. When you can see the pixels, you have to understand, right? Like you have to be able to.
240p, dog. What in your mind told you 240p would mean that you would get a clear image?
Like this isn't 2003. You can watch things in minimum 720. Like I don't mind if I have to watch something in 720, but like
the weirder part to me is people don't know that there's that function on YouTube.
Yes, well I think YouTube hides it now.
Well,
have you
it's still
this?
there.
They
usually.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Like,
wait, what? It's hidden?
Yeah,
because I can always see. Oh wait,
they changed it up.
I have an adapter called Enhancer.
They so what they did is they changed it so that you don't pick the dimensions, you just say like improve quality or something like that. Like they gave it a very like basic name.
That needs to be shut down by the federal government tomorrow. The kids need to know. People need to know. That shit pisses me off when you're watching pirated movies with people and they're like, why does it look so shit? And I'm like, this is all I got. Also, like, Juliana also gets annoyed with me because I'm also one of those fuckers who changes the TV filters depending on what I'm watching. And she gets really mad that our TV doesn't apparently have that. Like, the filmmaker balances the colors a certain way. And she's like, oh, it's a little darker. She likes it when it's high dynamic. I'm like, no, it ruins the fucking picture of most movies. It's also adding the frame adapt. Man, it's stressing me out. It's stressing me out.
Some of this I'm not that invested in. I'll say it.
Nah, I get also people who don't care because it really doesn't make that much of a difference. But it's like, it's me in my home, and I'm like, why am I not trying to eke everything out?
So this is the only place they give you the tutorial on some of this stuff, which is funny.
Like, dog, I've been going through these games. Do you think I'm new to this?
I can't like.
What are you trying to do, Perry?
I have to backflip, and he won't do it sometimes because your mate. He won't take damage until I backflip. It's a tutorial, but not only do I have to backflip, I have to do it in like the correct timing. There we go. Because it teaches you that if you guard it like the perfect timing, you get to do the flurry rush. Oh,
okay.
It's parrying time? It does tell you to parry. Look at that. Hey, Carlos, it's teaching me how to perfect guard.
Look at his fucking eyes.
Well, that doesn't really work here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, she's down with it. She hasn't realized I'm high. She went out for drinks, so you can't hate me.
Here we go.
You know, sometimes I stress about just like, oh shit. You know how on Twitter
I have
you see
no
a lot
idea
of
where this is going.
Okay, you see a lot of horrible boyfriends and shit. Like people with horror stories of like, this guy did this thing to me, and they're just incompetent and idiots. Like, I think that's how we found out a lot of white people don't clean their legs, was through a conversation like that.
I think you got a comment from John Barnett last time you said this, which is that there's been studies and stuff like Adam ruins everything where you don't need to wash your legs. That was the takeaway. I remember reading the comment about it.
What do you? No, one.
I,
No.
Carlos,
Wash your fucking leg.
I am not
Wash your
involved in this
fucking
argument. Leave me alone. I'm
John,
not here.
What? What does that do for you mentally? Mentally, what does that? No, no. Wash your fucking legs. But as a boyfriend, fiance, it does stress me out. Always, I'm like, oh man, I don't want to be like one of those guys who like can't take care of their fucking kids and shit
Oh, I
like
see what you
that.
mean.
But sometimes I'm like, I need to ask her if I can order this pizza because I can't be ordering this pizza with unbeknownst to her, and she comes home to surprise pizza and gets very upset that I fucked something up here.
The most I get from that is sometimes I'll talk to Amy and I'll be like, "Hey, I know I should do this, but like, does it make sense for me to also just like, not like, can I just order food?" And she's like, "I think you've earned the right to order food." I'm like, "Thanks." Like, you gotta get that energy.
Oh, also, well, I think me and Julian had that energy early on. It's mostly as now that we live together, Julian can directly see where my money goes / doesn't go, but doesn't really grapple with the idea of like that's where that money went.
I don't remember what to do with this thing. I think you can hit it for rupees.
Shout out to rupees, man.
Oh man, he saw me aiming. All right, later, friend. I don't remember what to do with those things, so I'm gonna leave it. I think there's a thing later where I have to get materials and stuff. I got annoyed because I wanted to make some rupees. The easy way to make rupees... Oh, fuck, right, these guys. I forgot about this. You remember how important fairies are, right?
Yeah. No. Oh well, don't they give you extra hearts?
No.
Oh, and revive you?
They're basically like a 1-up.
Oh.
So like if you get the shit kicked out of you, like that's been happening constantly to me, they'll proc and they'll bring you back to life with up to 5 hearts back, I think. Did you know about that?
Yeah, I'm processing that. I did know about that. Sorry, I'm trying to order this food. That way, by the time we're done recording, it's ready to go.
Just a pizza.
But let me focus.
You need to focus on a pizza. I imagine you just get a plain cheese because you're weird like that.
Nah, the fuck. Just if you ever say that to anyone,
hold on. Your regular order should not be plain cheese. I think that's too basic. But
you're a criminal.
But you can get plain cheese occasionally. I think there's sometimes the chemistry of the pizza makes sense without adding extra shit to it.
All right. I love the family I'm marrying into. They have a very specific pizza place that they go to of like, this is the family pizza spot. This is the best pizza in New York. It's the best pizza in the world because New York does the best pizza. I love them, but also they are white people from New York. And so we go there, and every time we go there, they're always like, "Yes, we're getting a cheese pie." And I'm like, "What do you mean we're getting a cheese pie?" Like, you say this is a great pizza, and like the cheese, it's a great cheese slice, and I'm like, "You want to know what make this fucking cheese slice better? A fucking pepperoni here, But they never. Every time I'm like, "Yo, let's do pepperoni this time," they veto it immediately, and then and again, I don't want to pay. I'm not there to pay for myself, so I go with it. I follow along. But also, I'm just like, yo, maybe I should just pay for one slice of pepperoni just to see what's popping.
Just to see what it's like?
Yeah, just to see what it's like to be a free man.
Jesus, dude.
But when I take Juliana there, I think I've had a pepperoni there a couple times.
What is your go-to order?
Always pepperoni slices.
That's it. Your go-to order is pepperoni.
Pepperoni. Juliana likes some Italian sauces on that shit, so I put that on there as well. And then we get some stuffed cheesy bread or some wings, depending on chain, local, whatever.
I gotta stop you for a second. Hold on. I gotta process this. So, your whole thing is like, wow, they really like this place, but they only ever get a plain pizza. How ridiculous is that? And then your go-to is pepperoni?
Yeah, I'm not
That's
saying
like
about
one
benefits.
notch above fucking plain, dude. Like that's like the
Nah.
most basic topping you can get.
No, that's because
Like what?
I'm I'm
you
a religious
you were
man.
talking so big. I thought you were
I'm a
gonna.
conservative
I
man.
thought you were gonna be like, yeah, I get mushrooms. I get or like I get like a supreme pizza. And I add this and this. No, you were like, yeah, I get pepperoni. Where the fuck did your bravado come from when you were like, they only get regular cheese? You fucking loser. You're not better than them. You're in the same weight class.
No. Pepperoni is
Just like you talked
is the
so
best.
big, and I was like, wow, this would be really interesting. I can't wait to see what Carlos's order is. And it's so fucking lazy. Like, what?
All right.
What the fuck, dude? You're bashing them for no reason. Like my regular order is like I get like chicken on it, like, and which is a slightly above, but I'm not like saying that's the most weirdest one. Sometimes I go for like beef and ham. Sometimes I go and like get some like I change my pizza orders up depending on the place or depending on what I'm feeling. And then you're like fucking pepperoni, like dude, get the fuck out. Like again, nothing wrong with pepperoni slice, but to like make it seem like you're so much better than these cheese fucking fools. I'm just like, where do you get off?
No, I'm not getting Italian sausage this time. Just pepperoni.
Oh my god, dude! Like I do get sausage on pizza sometimes. I like spicy sausage.
Yeah, I bet you like it spicy.
I do. Right in my mouth, Carlos. Until the juices overflow.
That is a. Oh no, that was something that funny that fucking happened.
Oh? What are you about to say?
Last night went out with Juliana and her friends. It was her friend's birthday, and her friends who just got married that we hadn't seen since their wedding came to the dinner, and we were like catching up with them about like how was your honeymoon, all that shit. My friend who got married, let's call him Greg. His bachelor party was in New York. It was like a full day thing. So me being an asshole, I decided to cover for my friend and watch his dog. So I missed out on some of the activities of the day. So I had breakfast with them, which was dim sum. It was dope. And then they were going to a spa. So I was like, oh, I gotta go walk my friend's dog, so I can't go to the spa. But I'll meet y'all when we start drinking for the night.
Real quick, you reminded me of two things. I have a story for you, and you have a story for me. You told me to remind you about something.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was. So
no, I think it was a High School Musical thing, but I already told you about that.
Did you?
Yeah.
In the recording?
Oh no, but okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. The masses will know.
Go to me after this because I got something.
So yeah, they went to a spa. They apparently saw everyone's dick. No harm, no foul.
Wait, what?
Yeah, everyone was naked. They got in a hot tub together. Whatever. I was like, I'm glad I wasn't there because Juliana's brother was there, and I was like, I don't ever want to have a conversation with my brother-in-law, and he's seen me naked. And so I went, kicked it with the dog, walked the dog, came out for the later beer party. We're all getting messed up. So his wife, her brother was at the bachelor party, and apparently they had seen him the night prior and had to get this off of his chest. Was talking about the size of another man's penis at the bachelor party. And I was just like, dog, what possessed him in his soul to be like, you know who has a big dick? I thought that shit was a worm in the water. I was like, what? That's wild.
Nah, I'm here for it.
That's funny. He's a straight man.
That's funny as shit.
What, to be like, I gotta get this off?
We've had a little bit of this conversation before. I have a lot of female friends, and sometimes I accidentally find out how big their boyfriend's penis are.
No, but that is a different thing. That's a different thing.
Then I have that knowledge in my head. I wish I didn't.
No, but that's different because it's like, oh, it was what it was. They were just speaking about it. They're speaking their truth because they love it. I'm saying it's wild to me. To be like, there's certain places where you being naked and me examining you naked, it's not right because now the vibes are off. Like in a locker room, right? If my dick is out, we all got to be naked here, but don't stare. You know, it's not right. It's not right. Nobody want to be seen like that. So it's just like, don't stare. And also, we keep it at eye level. We respect each other in here.
You know what I'm hearing right now? You know what I'm hearing a lot of insecurities. Hearing a lot of insecurities.
Here's the thing. I have a large butt. And my biggest fear is always that someone might, if I bend that thing over, is looking, Carlos, you look like you busted wide open. And I don't need that. I've had people grab my ass because it is large. It feels weird.
When did someone grab your ass? What?
Nah, just friends. Just friends.
No, okay. My question still stands.
Oh, that was a common thing in college. They'd be like, Carlos, that thing.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It sure wasn't a common thing.
Yeah, and you know what?
What?
It's odd. It's odd behavior.
Yeah, I'll say.
But it is what it is.
When did they have an opportunity to grab your ass?
Dog, when you're an RA, a lot of people.
What? You're just raising more questions. Like, what do you mean?
I'm not putting this on the air.
You already put way too much of this on the air.
No, we letting it rock.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
But also, it is hilarious because it's like, yeah. And even if you do catch yourself staring, you can't ever confirm with anyone else that you were staring at someone else in the gym.
You absolutely can, first of all. It's you with your old-fashioned insecurities here. I could absolutely see someone walking out and be like, do you know who has a huge hog? Just bringing up casually in conversation. Like, who cares? Like,
what?
Now, listen, with this in mind, I am not going to start these conversations. But
exactly. That's
if someone else does, I will contribute to it.
That's different. That's different.
If someone's like, "Hey, have you seen Pat's hog?" I'll be like, "No, give me the details."
Exactly.
I'm gonna want to know.
I want.
It's not that different. You're very close to the point, and I think you're missing it.
Well, actually, no. I think the difference in my mind is mostly, it's one thing for you to be like, yo, I saw this giant penis. Let me tell you about the giant penis this person has that we both know. But if another person was there to like look at it, because in a locker room is what I'm saying is, specifically in a locker room of like, yo, like, it's you. Once two people here have confirmed penis sizes, it's only the next thing is going to be happening. Well, what was everyone else's penis size? Since now we know you are out here examining it. And now you are in a position where you will confirm or deny said rumors.
Carlos, can I ask you a question? And you can choose to say I choose not to answer this, but know that that saying I choose not to answer this is in itself kind of an answer.
Yeah.
Are you cock shy? You afraid of your cock? You afraid of other people seeing your cock?
No. Here's the thing, though. But I will say people do tend to respond to you differently once they've seen it, where you weren't getting respect before, but now people are starting to actually treat you with some goddamn respect around this bitch. But also, the thing that always upset me more was when someone told me someone had a small penis, and now I have to go out there and live with knowing that this man has a small penis.
I will give you that.
Your friend got a big dick. It's like,
yes,
fuck yeah, my nigga's out here. He getting it. He's getting his. Someone tells you your friend got a small penis, a stack of buttons, as they so put it. That shit fucked my whole world up.
A roll of pennies. Which of your friends did you find out has a small peen?
A very good friend of mine. That shit fucked me up.
Oof.
That fucked me up because he fucked my friend, and my friend was just like, sex was horrible. I thought because they were flirting for like a long ass time, and they were fucking on the low. So one, I found out, I was like, y'all was fucking, and then one of my friends was like, how big was this dick? And then she was like, oh, it was small. It was like a stack of buttons, and I was like, God damn.
You can't unhear a stack of buttons.
Stack of buttons.
That's gonna stay with you for the rest of your life.
You're kicking it with this man, but also kind of amazed that one, this man's getting anything. He got a stack of buttons. That's wild.
Well, hold on. That's not wild because that's like I can kind of see how that happens because you basically just get to the end, and it's like, are you gonna stop there? It's like, all right, like you just keep going.
But also, depending on what else he's providing, he might be finessing it, making it work for him. But she did not think so, and it's just also, you don't want to dap. Like, I want to be able to dap up my homeboy and say like, man, you put it down. She was telling me, shouts out to you, my guy, and not. So yeah, you got a small penis, and she's been telling everybody, and we all know that you apparently have a small penis, and the sex was very bad, and that's why y'all not together.
Wild. Do you want to hear? Do you want to
What
hear?
happened to you in the locker room? Apparently.
No.
Okay.
I will dangle this with you just so that dangle get it. I will
It's a
dangle.
penis story.
I will dangle you with a penis story that we can talk about another time.
Okay.
I did see my stepdad's once in a locker room, and that was a very strange experience.
Oh, I've seen my dad's penis.
I have not seen my dad's, and I'm very grateful for that. I
But
don't
only-
because I just don't want to know. I don't want to know either way. Any sort of knowledge about your father's phallus. You don't walk away with any like fun information. It's bad no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Also,
my story is not going to lead up to this now. Just to throw this out there, I was going to tell you I had hot pot. That's not as interesting as all of the penis talk.
I did go to Korean barbecue last night. That shit was fun.
I had Korean barbecue
hot pot for the first.
when I was I had Korean barbecue when I was in LA, and I had hot pot for the first time last week.
I'm having it for the first time next week. What was it like? What was the experience?
Hot pot's pretty good. I made a joke to a friend that I was because they had also just happened to have gone for the first time last week. So it's very weird that this has happened multiple times to multiple friends. They're like, "Yeah, I just went." And I'm like, "Why is everyone just going? Like, what? Like, is there something in the water?" Like, but yeah. So it's very good. But I was there with some, and I think this is the politically correct term. I think I'm allowed to say this. I hope it's not going to get me canceled. I was with a. You can't say that. It's still one of the best 30 Rock jokes. No, I was with the. I think the term is mayonnaise American. Is that the politically correct term?
What the fuck is a mayonnaise American? That's
it's
a white person.
I don't think you can say that. Yes, I was with someone.
You were referring to an Asian person.
No. No, the joke is that expensive white people. That's the reason it works.
Okay. Oh man. You almost.
How did you? I
This is supposed to become White History Month real quick.
But I was with someone who didn't like spice, which is unfortunate because I really like spice. So I didn't get to try some of the spicier options. But that being said, real fucking good, super cool experience. Would definitely recommend. It's weird to like eat the same thing, like basically make a stew live with your friends and like all eat it together. It feels strange. It feels like it's almost like trying to do ecstasy together. Like from what the sitcoms have told me, that's what seems like a similar experience.
But I do. That's the part of Korean barbecue that I do, or like going to dim sum and Korean barbecue is like there's one person at every table who actually knows what the fuck to get.
Yes.
Because every time I look at those menus, I'm like, I'm gonna fuck this up somehow, some way.
There were four of us. It was Amy and I, and then it was some friends of hers who are I guess also friends of mine. It feels weird when you adopt your partner's friends, yeah, it was. We went with them, and the three of us, excluding Amy, had never been, but Amy had been once, so she like knew a little bit of how it went down, and kind of guided us from there. But it was pretty cool. I think I wish I'd gotten more meat. Is my takeaway, and I wish I'd gotten a little spicier.
Okay.
But that's about it. I want to try and go again. So if you want to do this with Juliana, if you want to go on a double date, let me know. We try hot pot.
All right.
Fun. It's weird when we make plans like in real life during these because like I constantly forget like no, we are real friends. We aren't just like digital friends. Like I know this person in real life. Like
you've met my fiance.
I've met your fiance. I've met your parents, dude.
This is true.
How many people do you know have met your parents?
It's weird because for college it was a big thing that no one knew my parents. And it was because there was with my fun antics, people were always convinced that Carlos was one of one, that there was no explanation of why I am the way I am.
I can tell you with the most confidence that if I had not met you until we were adults, I would have guessed with 100% certainty that you were an only child. because I've never seen someone who isn't an only child exude such powerful only child energy as you, Carlos Lopes.
What is that even?
Are the most only child I've ever fucking met.
What does that even fucking mean?
I think you know what it means.
Psychopath.
I think you know what it means.
I take care of others. I'm empathetic.
You are selfish and only thinking of
right.
yourself.
I'll say this: I am the only son of parent of immigrants. That's something.
That's true.
That is something that's very bad.
Can
about
confirm. I can confirm as a close friend and confidant.
My poor sister did not have that experience.
Well, no, she was the only daughter.
No, but that's a very fundamental experience.
Oh, actually, well, she was your mother's only daughter.
Well, also she was the oldest daughter, so it's just like, one, we are figuring things out with you first, and then we will replicate it with the boy.
I went through that as an oldest, and let me tell you, that's some bullshit. It's some trash.
They also weren't worried about me because I was a boy, and they were just like, "Oh, you all right?" And as well as pretty much once they found out that I liked being home more than I usually like going out somewhere, they was like, "All right, you are good. You are not going to do anything dumb."
So that's the funny thing with me is that it was reverse. I was the oldest and liked to stay home. My siblings didn't. Mark didn't at first, but he's very much a homebody now. Like he doesn't want to leave. Like, but Megan on the other hand was very much an outgoing person, and my parents had trouble grappling with that because they were like, we our training period didn't cover this. Like, we didn't what the like, just panic.
Nah, man. Oh, that shit is it is. But yeah, my parents are me, and yeah, but a lot of people always just weirded out by like, your parents don't be coming around like that. I'm like, yes, they do not worry about me. They very much are like, you will come home if you have an issue.
I mean, to be fair, I think maybe you might be the only person who's ever met my dad. Like,
oh yeah, probably.
Amy has not met my dad yet. We've been together almost 3 years.
Yeah, that's wild.
Well,
Juliana?
I have the ever-present, ever-useful caveat of, well, we met in COVID, so for a while we had a pretty good excuse. Now the excuse is I just haven't set it up, which like it'd be very easy to do. It wouldn't be a very difficult thing, but I just sort of like, neither of them has really asked for it, so I don't really feel the need to like put a rush order on this. Like,
well, Juliana met my parents because I had met her parents.
Mm.
And it was like, it was her, but it was because 6 months in, it was her birthday. And she was like, well, you're going to come to, like, meet my parents because it's my birthday dinner. Yeah, and I was just like, yo, fuck, what? I'm meeting your parents? Like, yo, it's 6 months in. I barely know you.
I can top you. I can top you on that one. I think you know this. I met Amy's parents on our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, but that's in my mind. That's like that's more reasonable to me.
Not really. It's supposed to be about us.
But it's like it's COVID as well as it's like, oh, this is a special great. Like being at her birthday, I was just like, nah, I want to be boyfriend. These are boyfriend duties. You got to be there for the birthday dinner.
Yep.
I thought it was a little early, but she wanted me there, so I was like, I got to be there. But like 1-year anniversary, that is tough, but also I think it would probably been sooner if it wasn't COVID.
Maybe. Also, they live in a different state, so it's like, it's not easily accessible. That was really the reason why it happened on the 1-year anniversary, because it's like, well, there's only so many opportunities we actually have to do this. So
me and the parents is like low key one of the scariest, dumbest things, because it's like if they don't like you, ooh, now you get to be cool bad boy.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like they don't need your approval for it, but it would certainly help.
Yeah, But also then it's like, yo, if you have such a bad beef with your parents, like why is that? I gotta hear both sides of that.
I did have to have that conversation. I had to be like, yeah, well, he kicked me out. So I'm trying to cheese it. Hold on, I got the. Nope.
You ain't got shit.
Wait. Oh, I don't know if that landed. Oh, yes.
I hate you. I hate you.
Why do you hate me? What do you mean? That was super impressive.
Oh, I think that might have also been the way that I did it, because like the way that the puzzle wants you to do it is just too complicated.
Yeah,
and I was on a Peter Pan bus, and I was like, I can't be doing all that.
You can't do the movements. Yeah, that actually would be really funny. I am gonna go for that chest though. So let me aim this down a little bit.
No, I didn't order it yet.
I didn't think I would get it that quickly. That's pretty awesome. I've like been waiting for this puzzle because I was like, I want to see if I can do it this time.
Wait, I'm gonna be a bad friend and put a strict deadline of like 30 minutes on this shit because I'm running speed.
We're almost done, so don't worry about it.
All right, good.
You're in a speed dating?
I'm about to order this pizza right now.
Oh, okay. Like what?
Speed dating? Nah, never that. Yo, I do not miss dating.
No,
Fuck
nor do
that
I.
shit. Shit was fucking
Here's one thing.
I do love other people's bad dating stories though. Keep telling me those. If you got any of those, put them shits in the comments. I'll read them shits.
That's true. We won't read them on in the video unless you say you can read this on the video. And then even then I'll have to correct Carlos and be like, no, they said you couldn't do that, Carlos. But yeah, I think, how to put this, I didn't find my confidence until I met Amy. Like I was just like constantly like, what if they don't like me? Before I was like, I don't care if they like me. Like, and then I met Amy and I was like, I don't need to wonder. She likes me. I know she does. Our communication's good. Like, I don't need to worry or wonder. And which is really nice. Like, you don't have to wonder to yourself, like, I wonder if Juliana wants to stay together. I'm like, Doc, you proposed. Like,
yeah, that's it. Yeah, but it's also it's crazier to now because we were looking before I got laid off to buy a home, which thank the Lord we didn't do. But I remember we were looking for an apartment and we were both looking at it like, oh, it's just the two of us in here. And then now like looking at buying something, it's like, oh, yo, we're together forever. Like we have to think about like when we're 70 and then we have a child.
I mean,
like what?
To an extent.
Yeah,
I think
it's just more crazy
buying a place
like,
that has like an office you can turn into a spare bedroom is one thing, as opposed to buying a ranch because you've got grandkids. Like you can take different steps here. Like,
but I meant more of like the next 10 years or so. It's gonna be just a big fucking change to my life.
Fuck.
Oh, Blood Moon.
Hold on, I gotta get a good thumbnail. Dun, dun.
Also, really fucking cool mechanic. I love when any game goes like night is a very bad time to travel.
What I like the most about this game in particular is that they're like, hey, some nights are much worse.
Yeah.
Did you know that if you cook during a blood moon, it'll be guaranteed a critical cooking, which I think means that it gets extra bonuses and stuff.
Oh wow!
I only learned about that recently. I like how they're like restoring monsters that I definitely didn't kill. Like this is unfamiliar to me. I'm super curious how this is gonna work in Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah. How do you think we should do the videos for Tears of the Kingdom? Should we release them like however many parts we have? Should we release them like money for that? Should we release them like one by one, like until Tears of the Kingdom, so it's like perfectly timed? So like the day before Tears of the Kingdom comes out, we release the last video.
Yeah, I think that works.
That would require us to beat the game before Tears of the Kingdom comes out.
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, the cool thing about this game is that I can really beat it whenever I want. Like,
yeah, you could easily just clear. I think 3 beats.
I don't even think I need to take the beasts. I think I could feasibly, like, if I genuinely tried at this point in the game, I could probably beat Ganon.
Damn, you put on. That's all right. All right.
Specifically because of the food I have, and like I do have some decent weapons, and I can definitely find better weapons in Ganon's castle. So like, I think at this point, I could do it.
But also, that's what I love. Like the idea about this game that you just had is like, I could ramshackle my way into that castle, and then get to that guy, and it's over.
Yeah.
Where a lot of games I feel like they don't give you the verb of I fought my way through that fucking tower and I just figured it out as I went. Instead, it's like a bit too much of like, oh yeah, I got to the tower mission, and I did the tower stuff.
Yeah. And it's also like, I just like that it's a kind of like trigger you can pull at any time. Like, if you think you can do it, fucking go for it, dude. Be my guest. I gotta watch out because if the rain starts and I can't do this next part. I've had this happen before and it gets very annoying. You just have to kind of sit there. We have to like light the torches with the blue fire.
Oh
yeah. We'll do this, and then we'll wrap up.
Okay.
I think next part, and I should make a note of this, we should try and track down some of the DLC items.
Okay.
Because that'll be a fun little exercise.
And regale more tales of our high school glories.
Glory is a strong word. I don't think anything we did in high school was glorious.
Nah. I was also doing a rough outline for my bachelor party, and I was also thinking like, oh my god, most of these people do not know each other.
Oh, you were
like,
looking at who you're going to put in your bachelor party?
Yeah, I was like there's you and Alex. I'm like, cool, y'all know each other, but you and Alex, no, you've never met my friend Matt.
No.
And so I'm like, oh, that would be weird. And you've never met Juliana's brother, or like all of Juliana's friends. So it's gonna be like a lot. They're gonna have their own thing, and then there's gonna be like my New York friends, and then there's just gonna be like, oh, my Scituate friends. And I'm like, but like you and Alex aren't buddy like that, and I'm like, it's just gonna be a lot of group managing.
I think you already know what's gonna unite us together, and it's gonna upset you. But I know it's
bullying me.
Yeah,
my New York friends be loving me. That's the wild.
Oh, they love you now. So, some relationships are gonna change forever on your bachelor party, for better or worse. Mostly worse.
People love me here. It's wild, but people love me here.
Also, is that your way of saying you've decided that you're planning your own bachelor party, and I'm just sort of fulfilling it? Like,
yeah, you might have to do that. You'll help with that organizing. You do the Google poll to find. You'd have to contact everyone to like orchestrate. Like, oh, we're gonna get this Airbnb. We're gonna get all these people here, and then this is what we're doing for that weekend. All I'm doing is just like, these are the motherfuckers who gotta be there. This is the location we're gonna be at, and this is.
Oh, so I get to do the fucking bitch work. What you just told me.
Yeah, you are tenderizing up in that shit.
Oh, sorry, I can't make it to your party. I'm busy that day.
Big hater. Granted, I'm also thinking of like maybe just making it a New York one because I'm probably getting married in Massachusetts.
What does that mean? So
I'm probably gonna get married.
You do the bachelor party in
New York.
In New York, and then the people who don't make it can just come to the wedding.
Well, no, because I was just like, oh, for my non-New York friends, we can have a New York night, and for my New York friends, we can really just do something bigger. Because then people wouldn't be spending like a fucking flight to get to New York. Everyone can pretty much just drive.
Which, I think you should have your wedding in Hawaii.
Fuck that.
Why?
I'm anti-destination wedding that far. I need somewhere I could drive to.
Why?
So that way I can just drive to it and it's not an issue for me.
Actually, I've never gone this way, but I bet you could probably do it quicker if you went this way. That's funny. I think I would rather, like, if I did a destination wedding, it would be specific because it's like, I want all of you to give me gifts, but I don't want you to come to my wedding. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
If money was no object and I could do a destination wedding,
I thought you'd appreciate that. They did that in Scrubs. That was why the janitor did. And he was like, we went to Hawaii, so none of you would come. Like, yeah,
but nah, I don't fuck with that. I want, if anything, I wish I could bring a lot more people to the wedding because right now the guest list looks like 150 strong, and I'm
That's a
like,
lot.
we got to cut some people, but
If
like
I
we really can't.
if I ran a wedding, you can cut me. That's fine.
Oh yeah, you don't need to be there.
This sounds like a hassle. I don't want to
I'll
do
meet you at
this.
the after party.
I feel like you can just tell me about it during a video.
Oh yeah.
Are you excited for my best man speech?
I'm interested mostly in how you're gonna play it.
You haven't heard me speak in a while.
Yeah, but all like audience, not half. 25% does not. And
Yeah, we've gone over this. That's not going to be a problem.
the more interesting concept to me is like you are my New York friend had that one hanging out, and then
you are breaking up. Once
Juliana's side of the family. Oh,
again. No, that sort of came through.
families, but like, nope, we don't that version.
Nope, didn't get any of that. Like,
Great.
I'm getting syllables.
Ah, man, what's going on?
I need to find a torch.
Of course, now.
There it is. Yeah, of course it happens at the end. You can give it another try. Hello?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh fuck.
Nah, you're breaking up a little bit.
Great.
I don't know what to say. I guess I'll carry this on my own from this point.
No, I all right. It's good again. Now it's good.
Yeah, it is actually.
All right.
Are you seeing your own audio levels? How do you
Yeah.
know it was good?
I'm on the voice connector on Discord. It tells you how good it is.
Oh, okay. That's good because it confirms that it's you and not my internet, like not picking you up.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
Which I did think was
I
like,
got them coming.
potentially a problem.
I got them coming in on Wednesday again. I'm so fucking furious with this nonsense.
I got pretty fucking sick of all that stuff when Comcast was fucking up. It was very vindicating when they finally came out and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is all wrong." And I was like, "I fucking knew it!" Like, I was like, "You motherfuckers!" Like, I kept trying to fix everything.
But also, I just hate all these.
You just hate seeing people happy, right? Me too.
Oh, number one, fuck that shit. You're happy. You happy. I happy. You should be that. Did you hear? that?
I did hear some. I got the gist. I knew what that was. Only you should be happy, pretty much. Was that it? That was the message? Apparently so. He's gonna be dropping from the call or something. Maybe it is my internet. Who knows? Yeah, you're super broken up right now. I'm like getting like one syllable. I'm gonna talk to the audience until you figure your shit out. I don't really like this quest. It's cool they give you these in the middle, but like the second it starts raining, you just have to sit still and do nothing because like the fire won't carry between, which feels like a bad mechanic. And it's also just like it's a long way. There's a long path up to this stupid fucking tower here, and I feel like they're just making me do manual labor, which I don't appreciate. There's another one way up in the northeast that I think also makes you do this mechanic, but it's like not as far. You don't actually have to light these lanterns. I'm just doing it just in case it starts raining, and then I have to basically it's functions as a checkpoint. Oh, and you also can't run, dude. Nice, cool. Carlos, you left. That's a no. All by myself. All by myself. Yeah. Hopefully he figures this shit out in the future at some point. And we can go from there. I really can't fix his internet. I can like kind of record and change stuff around as much as I can, but I can't change Carlos's internet. That's something he has to kind of work on himself. It's a personal problem, as he would like to say. Ooh, nice. I almost lit myself on fire there. Alrighty. Let me go up here. I think. Just kidding. Gonna talk first, I guess. Hey.
Hey, yeah, so...
You're on your phone now.
Yep, everything just went to shit.
What happened?
On the internet now, man. This fucking shit's all fucking
Oh,
up,
the internet
man.
just straight up went down?
Yeah.
Well, the good news is we could see the warning signs. Like,
Fucking shit, man.
let's say.
We
Luckily,
need to end
we did capitalism. I agree. Luckily, we're right at the end. So, like,
yeah.
we got the
It's
we got the camera. I gotta start learning how to use this camera.
It's terrible what they're doing to black communities in America. That I can't get internet.
Okay, all right. Let's go less wide with it. How about that?
No, let's just go. I matter. I hate to tell everyone that, but I truly matter the most.
The most?
The most.
More than me?
Definitely.
Wow. Oh man, sorry that the rest of this playthrough is just me. It's crazy how that happened. By the way, I told Spencer that we should be planning to do Metal Gear if this goes well.
I hope it goes well. I love doing these. I get high as shit. We talk about whatever comes across my mind.
I can't believe I found out that you have like a clause where you're allowed to to get high on a
my
weekday
contract.
if it's to record with me.
That's in my contract.
It's wild. That's criminal.
Not really, man. You gotta give yourself a break 1 day a week. Also, you can't get if I'm getting high today, I can't get high on Sunday. That's the only bad thing.
These are weird restrictions you put on yourself.
Nah, I don't like it any more than like if you get high. I'm talking this high. Now I don't do little highs. I just get fucking zonked.
How many milligrams do you take today?
Oh, I took a 50.
Why do you keep doing this? Like,
it's a lot of fun. You just be thinking.
Just take like 20. Why do you do 50 and 100?
No, I bought this bag. And I thought it was 5 milligrams because of the shitty way the fucking detailing was.
But you did this last time, so you know that it's 50 now.
Oh yeah, but
you didn't have to take the whole thing. You could have bitten in half. Like,
you think I'm gonna waste a whole bag of gummies? Nah, man.
No, you just don't eat it piecemeal. Like, what do you mean? Like,
nah, man. Piecemeal like a bitch. Piece of trash.
What the fuck?
No.
What the fuck? She needs 3 screws, 3 shafts, 3 ancient cores. I only have 2 cores, so we can't do that.
You gotta go get that 3rd shaft.
I need that 3rd heat. God, rewatching 30 Rock has been a blast, by the way. It's a very good show. I was rewatching season 1 and 2, and I was like, I see it. But like, I'm on like season 4 now, and I'm like, no. This shit's here. Like, this hits.
Nah, when NBC had the sitcom game on lock, that was good America.
It was a different time.
That was Republicans gave us that. I'll give them that. That's all I give them.
So I follow some people on Twitter, which is what you do on Twitter, and this shouldn't be a surprise. And
I block people on Twitter.
And I'm gonna just do until we unlock the Divine Beast, which should be right after this.
All right.
But some of them are younger than I am, which is a weird feeling. I don't particularly like some people are in like their mid-20s, and I'm like, am I old? Has it happened yet? But they'll be like discovering shows that like we grew up with because they like missed the window on it. So like someone was like watching 30 Rock for the first time, and they're like, "This is so good." I'm like, "Oh, I watched that in high school." Like, you shouldn't have been on your phone, because the second you went on your phone, you're just like away from the fucking screen.
Oh no! The issue is my Domino's pizza order came.
Oh my god, dude!
Oh shit!
Ask me to read out your address.
Oh no! Shit, man, he's out there. I declined the call. Oh shit!
This is good content.
This is bad content. I got my keys right. Oh, there he is.
I'm gonna be quiet so you guys can listen for this.
I fucking hate you. I'm about to mute myself.
You won't.
All right.
I want to hear you out of breath. Come on. Ah, he did mute himself. What a prick. What a bastard. I shouldn't have pointed it out. I should have let him figure it out. Okay. So I guess I do have the quest for the Divine Beast. I do. There it is. All right. Well, we can call it there. I think. Well, yeah, we've got enough food. We got some rupees. I'd like to buy the equipment, but I think this is fine. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening in Carlos's land.
I'm still walking up the stairs.
Who's yelling?
People on the first floor. Josie? Josie! Josie! Get your black ass in here.
Can't you say get your black ass in here to your very white dog?
This is a gray dog. She's light skinned.
That's not how that works.
It's a mixed baby.
Jesus. All right, well we're wrapped up for today. So
Alright.
thank everyone for watching. Hope Carlos has a great pizza. Carlos, can I guess? Is it just pepperoni?
Yo, that's anti-black.
It's not anti-black. It's anti-you.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Hey.
All right, guys. Hope Carlos enjoys his pepperoni pizza after going his fucking rant about cheese. So I'll see. But I'll hope you guys enjoy. We'll see you in part 7. We finally unlocked the Divine Beast. We're gonna have to we'll do the DLC next part, and then we'll find all the DLC equipment items and stuff like that to get the free teleport pad, and we'll go after that. All right.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.